Hello everyone, I'm Gavin and welcome to Merry Madness Central presented by BDTV. We have 32 Christmas characters from various Christmas movies ranked 1 through 32 facing off in a March Madness style bracket in multiple fights against each other. Let's get right into it. Starting off, we have the number 1 ranked Santa Claus going up against the number 32 ranked Cindy Lou Who.
We're here with Santa after a dominant win against Cindy Lou Who. Santa, you have anything to say?
That's one less person on our list.
That's terrifying. Back to you, Gavin.
All right, big win by Santa there. The next matchup, we have Vixen versus Comet in a reindeer matchup. Comet takes that one and heads off to face Santa. Then, going down the list, we have the Gremlin versus Fred Claus. And we're going to send that over to Jacob again, as the Gremlin just won that matchup there.
Thank you, Gavin. I'm here with the Gremlin. Big win, huh?
Well, I'm getting word that the Gremlin is now out of the running. So, the winner of Kris Kringle versus Mrs. Claus will get a bye. Moving down, we have Kevin McAllister versus Scrooge, young kid versus old man, and Kevin wins that one. Keep it going, we have Cupid the reindeer versus Scott Calvin, and Scott Calvin will take that one and face off against Kevin. Keep it going, we have Frosty versus Prancer the reindeer, and we have Prancer winning that one with a stomp fest. And next, on the left side, we have the Nutcracker versus the Abominable Snowman. And it looks like the Abominable Snowman just won that one, and we're going to send that to Jacob again.
Thank you, Gav. Today I'm here in the North Pole with the Abominable Snowman after a big win. What do you have to say? Oh, you heard it here, folks. Back to you, Gav.
Welcome back, everyone. Moving to the right side of the bracket now, we have the number 3 Grinch going off against Hero Boy from the Polar Express, who I guess doesn't have a name. Grinch will take that one easily. Going down, we have Dancer the reindeer versus Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. And we're going to send that to Jacob.
Thank you, Gavin. We're back in the North Pole with Rudolph. That's for a big win against Dancer. What do you have to say?
Looks like Jacob might be blind now, but let's keep going. We have Wayne from Preppin' Landing against Donner, and Donner will take that one because he is a huge reindeer and Wayne is a little elf. Next, we have Mr. Crank from Christmas with the Cranks and the Heat Miser, and you can probably assume what happens there. The Heat Miser takes that one. Now we have his brother Snow Miser versus Clark Griswold. Once again, Snow Miser takes that. Then we have Ralphie from the Christmas Story going up against Buddy the Elf, and Buddy the Elf uses his crazy arm to get rid of Ralphie pretty quickly. Next, we have Blitzen the reindeer versus Dasher the reindeer, and in a hard-fought battle, Blitzen will come out on top. And lastly, we have the number 2 ranked Jack Frost going up against Charlie Brown, and we'll send that to Brody.
I'm here with Jack Frost after his disgusting win against Charlie Brown. Why did you smash him into 1 million pieces after you froze him? Insightful.
Welcome back, everybody, to Day 2 of Merry Madness presented by BDTV. Today we have the second round matchups all the way until the finals. So let's get right into it. We have the number 1 ranked Santa going up against his own reindeer Comet. Santa will take that one. Next, we have Kris Kringle, who had a bye because of Gremlin's exit from the bracket. So Kris Kringle will move on to face Santa Claus. Next, we have Kevin McAllister versus Scott Calvin, and Kevin places some traps and will move on. Next, we have Prancer the reindeer versus the Abominable Snowman, and once again, the Abominable Snowman will move on. Over to the right side of the bracket here, we have the number 3 ranked Grinch going up against Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. A big classic matchup, and Grinch will take that one. Next, we have Donna the reindeer going up against the Heat Miser. and the Heat Miser will win. Next, we have his brother Snow Miser going up against Buddy the Elf, and Buddy's arm was no match for the Snow Miser in this one. The Snow Miser will move on. And lastly, in the second round, we have Blitzen the Reindeer versus number 2 ranked Jack Frost, and Jack Frost will take that one. Now, moving on to the third round, we have number 1 ranked Santa Claus going up against his younger self in Kris Kringle. In a hard-fought battle, Santa will take that one and move on to the final 4. Next, we have Kevin McAllister versus the Abominable Snowman. And I'm getting word that the Abominable Snowman has just won that one, and we're sending that to Brody.
I'm here with the Abominable Snowman. How do you feel after ripping Kevin in half? It's so cold. It's so cold.
He is frightening. Next, we have the Grinch versus the Heat Miser, and we will send that right back to Brody to talk to the Heat Miser. Looks like we just lost Brody there, but let's move on. So it looks like the Grinch will advance to the final 4. Next, we have the Snow Miser versus number 2 ranked Jack Frost. And they're very similar opponents, but Jack Frost will take this one. So now, with the final 4 matchups being Santa versus the Abominable Snowman and the Grinch versus Jack Frost, we're going to send this one to Jacob.
Thank you, Gavin. I'm here over in Whoville after a big win against Jack Frost. What do you have to say, Grinch, going to the finals?
One thing I hate, all the noise.
Okay.
So the Grinch has made it to the finals, but everyone in the studio had their money on Jack Frost, so we might be shutting down soon.
And we're back in the North Pole with Santa Claus after a big win against an Abominable Snowman. Santa, how do you feel going to the finals against the Grinch?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Well, you heard it here, folks. Back to you, Gav.
Santa has made it to the finals, but the final matchup will be Santa Claus versus the Grinch. All right, before we announce the winner for this matchup, let's look at the stats for these two characters. We have the Grinch standing at 6'3", 180 pounds, and Santa Claus at 5'8", 400 pounds. That's a big difference there. But after a hard-fought battle, the winner is the Grinch. Congratulations to the Grinch on winning the first ever Merry Madness. Let's send this to Jacob.
Thank you, Gavin. I'm here with the winner of our first ever Merry Madness, the Grinch.
Hey guys, it's the Grinch.
How do you feel after winning the first Merry Madness?
Coming to the 3rd seed, pretty happy. I don't really like Christmas, so.
What does this win mean to you?
It means not that much, but I know Cindy Lou wanted to win, and thanks to Max, my dog. That's about it.
I'm sure many people are asking. You're a pretty chill guy. Jim Carrey kind of proposed you as like someone else, but you seem pretty chill.
Yeah, I'm just a Grinch.
Thank you, Grinch. Anything else to say? All right. You had it, guys. Pretty chill guy. Back to you, Gav.
Well, I didn't know that the Grinch was a normal guy, but thank you, everyone, for watching Merry Madness. Once again, congratulations to the Grinch. Have a great night.